Tai Lopez, the rise and fall of the knowledge guru. Who exactly is Tai Lopez? He's the self-made guru who practically taught other gurus how to exist. The man who launched the entire online course craze about mindset, motivation, and making money, paving the way for names like Iman Gadzhi and Andrew Tate. Tai makes his living selling courses. But actually delivering value through them? That's another story. I once bought his Instagram theme page course and regretted it almost instantly. The lessons were run by an employee who clearly didn't understand Instagram at all. My favorite moment was when he confidently said, "Just repost other people's content. That's how you grow." And that pretty much sums up Tai Lopez, a full-time course seller. Back in 2015, he became globally infamous for that painfully cringy Lamborghini ad. Open quote, "Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here. Fun to drive up here in the Hollywood Hills. But you know what I like more than materialistic things? Knowledge." Close quote. That one ad turned him into a meme overnight. And for years after, Tai stayed everywhere, pushing low-value courses, flooding YouTube with ads, and showing up on podcasts dropping pseudo-philosophical one-liners like, open quote, "The greatest superpower is to be unaffected by anything or anyone." Close quote. But things took a turn when Tai decided he wanted to become a real entrepreneur. In 2019, he co-founded retail Ecommerce Ventures alongside Alex Mayer, the former CEO of Zoosk. Their big idea? Buy dying retail brands that people used to love and bring them back to life online. And they went big from the start. They acquired Dress Barn, Pier 1 Imports, Models Sporting Goods, Linens and Things, Radio Shack, and even Franklin Mint. Basically, if a store went bankrupt, Tai and Alex were there to scoop it up. What they didn't seem to consider was why those companies went under in the first place. Their plan sounded simple. Leverage the brand names people already recognized, throw together some Shopify stores, pour money into ads, and wait for nostalgic customers to return. And for a while, it looked like it was working. Major outlets like the Wall Street Journal, Business Insider, and CBS ran glowing headlines about Tai Lopez reviving dead brands. By 2020, his net worth was estimated between $50 and $60 million. The peak of his career. But behind the glossy headlines, things were crumbling. By 2022, none of the companies were profitable. The websites were clunky, shipping delays were constant, and customers were furious. Eventually, creditors stepped in, seized the assets, and sold them off. Just like that, Tai's empire evaporated almost overnight. Who could have predicted that the guy famous for bad business advice would end up following it himself? But the drama didn't stop there. In September 2025, the SEC hit Tai Lopez and Alex Mayer with a lawsuit, accusing them of running a $100 million Ponzi scheme, and the details are jaw-dropping. Between 2020 and 2022, while Tai was on his shopping spree for dead brands, he was also raising millions from investors across the US. Hundreds of people invested after being promised returns of up to 25% per year, which, for anyone familiar with investing, is practically shouting, "This is a scam." Investors were also offered equity stakes with monthly payouts from Rev's different brands. They were told everything was thriving, that profits were up, cash flow was strong, and all the money was being used for each brand's growth. But according to the SEC, none of that was true. Not a single company was profitable. Some barely generated revenue. Instead of being transparent, Tai and Alex allegedly began shifting funds between failing companies and using new investors' money to pay off earlier ones. The textbook definition of a Ponzi scheme. And it gets worse. The SEC says they even misled people about who was running the company. Their so-called experienced COO, she turned out to be Tai's cousin, a former preschool teacher and radio promoter. Oh, and about $16 million of investor money? It just disappeared. Supposedly spent on Tai and Alex's personal expenses. No one knows where it went, but it's safe to say it probably wasn't invested in Radio Shack's big comeback. Now, to be fair, this is still a lawsuit, not a conviction. But if the allegations hold up, Tai could face massive fines, a permanent ban from running companies, and even criminal fraud charges. So what happened to Tai Lopez? He went from flaunting Lamborghinis and preaching knowledge to trying to prove himself as a legitimate businessman, only to end up accused of the same shady tactics people suspected from the beginning. It's the full circle of online guru culture. Sell hype, make money, lose everything, burn out. The only question left is, was Tai always a scammer who finally got exposed, or did he genuinely aim for something big and just get in way over his head? I'll let you decide. Would you like me to